Hey everyone, this is Robert with Exploring the Local Life, and this is not another RV tire blowout video, but it could have been. We were putting water into the holding tank of the RV because we're headed out to Salida, Colorado, and while I was doing that, I noticed that one of the tires had been showing some wear. It was actually now showing some metal. So we're going to be driving 300 some miles today. We can't do that. So we're going to be doing a tire change. You're going to be seeing us make mistakes, the process we're going to follow, and you know, maybe learn something. I know I'm going to learn something in this whole process, and hopefully I won't bust any knuckles. So come on along. Jessica's doing the video. Thanks, Jess. So I'm going to head back and we're going to get the spare tire off the back of the truck. RV. Off the back of the RV. Alright, I already checked. These guys back here like the 21 millimeter bolts. That's just to get it off of the RV. And I should have gotten an extension. Maybe some WD-40. Maybe he likes the 20 millimeter better. Gonna get the extension. Learning the one thing already. Sometimes your kit doesn't have the extension, so you bring everything you got. All right, 15/16 it is. How about this small one? You only get this sort of programming here, folks. You don't get this anywhere else. This is not some sanitized van life video.
We're experts. Oh, I could do the van life part. I'm wearing tight pants. If you're wondering what we're talking about, go find Kelly Beasley and look at her van life videos.
She's been doing some van life parody video.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Good thing we're not doing it live.
Oh, maybe more entertaining.
Maybe it might be.
So, how did that work?
Almost hit the
Camera woman.
Camera woman's getting the shot. That's my only job.
As Daniel would say, 5 hours later.
See, 5 or so? I thought it was 3 hours later.
3 hours later, I know. I'm just
taking it to the next level.
This one looks nice. It rested on, which is what I wanted this for.
Is that going anywhere other than like on this?
I'm sure this is good for my skin too. We'll let that sit for a minute.
So before any of you start saying, hey man, you're not doing it right, listen, let me just tell you, Robert has stepped up so much in the last 2.5 years. He had never done any manual, really, labor ever.
Liquid wrench, people, liquid wrench.
And he's really doing an amazing job, so be nice.
Hey, I'd like to shout out to the liquid wrench people. How about, you know, we all work together? Liquid wrench, liquidwrench.com, I assume. Look at that, I got this full unseized right away.
And lickety split.
Like your mama cooking some grits, I mean, it just comes out lickety split. I don't know if that's an inappropriate
Probably.
reference somewhere in the country.
We need like a good mic with a fuzzy.
And the thing is, I had gloves that I took off before I did this.
Of course.
So I'm gonna put those gloves on.
Now you're gonna
and
get the inside all messy.
greased up, yeah.
So when I actually get to use those gloves, I'm gonna be like, ew, what happened here?
That's right.
Only the best.
All right, so now we're just gonna take this off first and then loosen the lugs on the wheel before we pull forward, because sometimes when you get airborne, you can't loosen the lugs because the wheel just spins on you. So just I'm gonna pull this wheel off. A lot lighter than I expected. Okay, so as you might be able to see here, we've gone as high as we can go with our load levelers because somehow we've lost half of our load levelers. We're pretty good at picking them up every time we leave, but I guess after 2.5 years, this is the first time we've actually lost them. So now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're only going 3 high. But even so, as you can see, we're not going to be able to pull this off because it's just attached to the ground. So who runs around with a 3-ton floor jack in the back of their truck bed or truck box? Well, we do.
Yeah.
So for the last few inches, we're going to go ahead and use the floor jack. I'm going to just jack up under the springs.
Willie wants to see this in action. I never even knew we had one of those. I never knew we had one of these.
Let me do this right. Get it down, turn it over.
I think I hit something. You know it.
Okay, we're off the ground.
Maybe just a little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's going up, Mom. On hole 3. On hole 2. Your hair's going everywhere.
So is yours.
Yeah, but yours is going way crazier than mine.
Daniel, keep them off the ground. Please do not drop them, guys.
Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands after this. Yeah, we're still gonna have walk. Then I'm not gonna wash my hands after this just because I'm gonna still have walk.
So if any battery operated tool people want to sponsor us. Just kidding, guys.
Are you? Rocky! Look at it! A bug touched my finger. That felt really weird.
Again, don't drop them.
No pressure.
Doesn't it look like I put them together?
Yes.
Okay, that works too.
Okay, Nadia, if you could back up a little bit.
Okay, next. Next, spare tire.
Be serviced before too long. This is the rubber end cap that just pulled off. Alright guys, so the reason that we pulled the tire off of the RV is right here. This has been 2.5 years of irregular wear that finally came to a head here. We're about 350 miles from where we're going in Colorado, and we could not drive with this condition. So I've gotten the wheel off with the help of Daniel, Nadia, and Jessica. And now we're going to move this out of the way. Now we're going to move this out of the way. I got to jack it up just a little bit more because the new tire has more tread and it's actually going to be a little bit taller. So give me a second. I'll roll this out of the way. Just going to move back a little. I'm going to jack this up. And one more pump. All right, now we're going to get the new tire. see how that fits. We'll see how that's gonna go. If it even fits in here, does it? Oh, okay. We'll just do that.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
That works perfectly.
It does, Daniel. All right, kids, I'm gonna need those bolts here in just a second.
It's really windy. It's gonna bust.
There we go. Daniel, may I have one, please? Finger tight is the first step. And as always, Nadia, I need your bolts too.
Okay.
Or nuts. Sorry, they're not bolts.
Could you wash your hands after this?
I think this is going to be a little loose. So we get it all tight. Daniel, can you open the torque wrench for me?
Open the giant wrench.
The torque wrench?
This?
Yes, sir. It's got tabs on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Turn it around and face you.
I don't see tabs.
Look for them.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah. Now make sure the tool doesn't fall out into the dirt. So open it carefully. Nadia?
It's even heavier than when it's in the box.
Not possible.
Oh, it feels heavier than I need to hold that.
Don't. You can't drop it, Nadia. Okay.
Oh, this isn't heavy at all.
Okay. Now one of you just keep holding it.
Actually, I want to holding it.
Jessica, you are sitting on the paperwork.
Yes, so it wouldn't fly away. Hello. What kind of assistant would I be if I didn't keep it from flying away?
Okay, now that we're finger tight, we're going to lower the jack. Excuse me, we're going to lower the RV rear tires down onto the ground so we can start torquing things down. Now, somewhere in that paperwork, when you bought your travel trailer, if it was a travel trailer with a Lippert chassis, you will have your trailer axle operation and service manual, and it's tiny, and the font is tiny. So do yourself a favor and go out and buy yourself a magnifying glass now, because you're gonna need it. Okay, so it takes a little bit of interpretation, but there are 3 stages. So the first time you torque it down is torque it down to 20 to 25 foot-pounds, and then the second time 50 to 60 foot-pounds, and then our third torquing down to 90 to 120 foot-pounds, which seems like a pretty wide range. In any event, we're going to go ahead and lower it down and then start torquing things down. All right, so we're going to lower it down. Here we go, nice and easy. Okay, that's done. All right, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we do the first one down to 25 pounds. I'm actually gonna start it with a ratchet. Whoops, started in the wrong order. All right, 25 pounds, that's round 1. Round 2, 50 to 60. Okay, and the last one, 90 to 120. How about we go to 105? What do you think, baby? I'm gonna hit that number 1 again. Number 1 just didn't want to pop, but it feels like I'm putting more on that one. Look how much longer the breaker bar is. Get a lot more leverage out of the breaker bar.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna switch over here, Jess. I'm gonna give you some butt. There we go.
There it is.
All right, I think the tire pressure gauge is in the truck. So we're just gonna go ahead and put the original tire on the back of the RV and get on out of here after we check that tire pressure. And put away the jack and put away my tools.
I love you.
I love you too, babe. Just what we're gonna do is we're gonna put together a tire change box.
Okay.
That'll have the wrenches. Because right now I have all my oil change and fuel filter change bolts or lug nuts or whatever the hell sockets in one bag. So we should have a tire change bag so we don't go through this mess again. We'll have the right extension, the 21 millimeter and the 19 millimeter sockets. The torque wrench and the breaker bar live under Daniel's seat in the truck. So that'll be very helpful then. All right, I'm gonna put my gloves back on. We're going to put the tire back on the back of the truck.
Fail. My one job. No, my other job was to film.
Alright, other than the tire pressure check, thank you for watching this mess. I would like to thank Jessica Meinhofer, Daniel Meinhofer, and Nadia Meinhofer for the help in this total mess. This went even worse than I thought it was going to go.
What?
But thank you for sticking along with us here in beautiful Goulding's RV Lodge and Campground, Monument Valley, Utah. I can't think of a prettier setting to do a tire wheel change. That was not a blowout.